Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whenever it is that you watch this. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham, and this is a place where we explore that which lies beyond our hearts. So, like on our hearts and beyond it. I think it's always important that you listen first and enter through the gate in which your heart is speaking. So that is really the intention of what we do here in all the different ways that we do that. I'm going to stop doing this. This feels like a new thing that has started. I don't want to do it. Keep me honest, everyone. I hope you laugh whenever I do it. I just look at myself in shame. So I was pulling some cards before, but then the power went out. So I have some cards already ready to go here, and you don't have to watch the preambles of me attempting to make videos because they weren't recorded. So this week is the week of August 22nd to 28th. And so we'll be exploring some collective oracle energies as we go throughout this week. I do feel like there is going to be a bit of a focus on love and romance. So I will do a love pick a card reading after this. I've just really been wanting to do a pick a card. So at some point today that will happen. There may not be enough I know. I'm going to try and just get it all done. So let's see. So one of the first cards that I got from this week is romance. And that's why I thought, oh, you know what? I think that love is taking a bit of maybe head start here, getting us started in this week. It says, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And I'm already feeling like a lot of like hiccupy, fear energy. And this is really my only sign, fear energy that comes up from the collective. I don't personally get this sign, but whenever I'm doing readings, I recognize this as a sort of collective feeling of fear. So I'm feeling like things need to be spoken, they need to come out of the heart. So, we feel this discomfort right in here because we actually feel like things need to leave our hearts through our mouths and we need to find words for things. And so that is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot of people are going to be finding words to say what they mean this week in a variety of ways as well. Okay, I'm getting also a lot of spinny energy. So I have a feeling that there are some people in this collective who have been feeling really overwhelmed and potentially overwhelmed by feeling, almost so much so that you're removed from feeling. So sometimes people will say to me that they're not having any feelings about something when I'm looking at their, presentation and how they are and thinking, wow, this person needs to feel these feelings in order to even get through the overwhelm. So if anyone has been feeling that overwhelmed or that tightness in the throat or in that upper chest area, take a deep exhale. You don't even need to focus on the inhale. It feels like you're trying to take in energy. It's the exhale and the releasing and the experiencing that actually needs to happen and flow forth here. Even admitting feelings that you're having can be a really beautiful thing to do to allow some of these to release. Something that my best friend called me out on very lovingly this weekend was, if I say something's fine and I don't feel fine, and, you're talking to one of the, safest people in the world for you, someone who's a really close confidant, and you say, what's fine, what's fine. That's really you attempting to temper your own emotions out because they feel tough to have or they feel not allowed. I know for me, I tend to feel like more intense or negative emotions are just not allowed. And then that can wreak havoc on the inside of my own body because if I am experiencing something and then I say it's not allowed to be there and then I don't deal with it because it's not allowed, it just stays here and creates this cycle of shame and withheld energy. And so actually admitting, feeling, being with, and clarifying those feelings is of utmost importance in order for you to even be able to move forward and see forward. So we have winter solstice reflection this week. Reflection is going to be in a deeper sense as well, and in a more overarching sense. I kept seeing these like eagles and hawks in my mind, which is really getting this bird's eye perspective and a really larger view of what you want your life, what your life is looking like, where you'd like it to turn as well. This reflection is also about seeing how the things in your world are reflecting to you what you need to see most. So if you're noticing qualities happening around you, if you're noticing things happening around you, you're either meant to go with that or stand against it. And you'll usually feel it in your body. Is this with or against? And so if you're feeling against something and it's against maybe someone that you care about, think about what is the concept that you're against. It may not be the person itself. What is the concept that you are against? If you're against integrity or apathy, the like not caring energy, or if you're, against avoidance, then you're for caring, connection. I don't remember what the first one was, but always try to look at what the flip is. If you're against something, then just think about what that is and what the opposite would be in order to help free yourself. And we also have Desert Vision Quest, which showed up recently as well. This vision quest and reflection really makes a lot of sense. It feels like it's also going to happen in nature. So if you're able to take a walk in nature and say, okay, I'm going to go in and think about this one concept right now, then take your walk. A lot of exhales, a lot of sighing, and a lot of deep breathing this week. So definitely focus on deep breathing. I'm also feeling like there's a lot of intangible things coming up. So things that, you're going to recognize as meaningful and fulfilling, and that people around you and maybe people who stay in the 3D realm a little bit more often are going to have a really hard time seeing with you. Oh, this has been like the most intense feeling of fear. So this fear that, I will keep feeling in the collective, today and this week feels like a big buildup of it. So I generally think when there's a big buildup of fear that eventually something's got to break and it will all sort itself out. So allow yourself to sink into the potential that maybe this will sort itself out without you needing to do anything else, just breathe. Okay. And then we have fairies, earth magic. This is really about seeing what's not there. And sometimes, especially as empathic and sensitive folk, which most of the people here are, sometimes as sensitive folk, we can try to focus ourselves on what is real. And when we focus ourselves on what is real, we sometimes then negate those real feelings and real intangible things we are experiencing. So the spirit realm is just as real as our 3D physical reality. It's just that our proof finding is really based in physical reality. And that's where we've come to understand finding proof. And so it may be even something like you walk by a little a little circle of flowers or mushrooms and you think, oh, something special about that. Or it may also be that you have a feeling or a knowing that is deeper within you than what logic says. And so you might be finding at work, or your friends might be discouraging you a certain path or in a certain direction because they see logically from the physical realm that it's not your way, and you feel instinctively you're meant to keep walking down that path. And so this week is really about standing behind that which you trust and that which you know. Okay, we also have simple acts of kindness. So if you're finding yourself kind of too in your head or worrying also that you are too self-focused, it's a brilliant idea to get out in the world and try to be kind to others, do something kind, find a way to give back in any way that you're able to, especially one that utilizes your skills or feels big. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. That's what the card says. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So if you're frustrated because there are people around you who are extremely stressed or unhappy, and you have the energy in you to be kind, then that is the greatest gift you can give. As well, we have love endures. This says, love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So I have a feeling a lot is going to be coming loose this week, and a lot is going to be coming to the forefront as well. It's going to feel like things are like the battles that you've been having in any level are now culminating this week. So dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. This is an energy that we can carry with us through the week. Dogs have this like very unconditional way of just being there. And just being there is one of the most pure gifts we can give other people as well, coming back to the present moment for ourselves and really being there. And once you're there, then you can be there for others. And a lot of people don't really need a lot from us other than our present moment self. And yet a lot of us also struggle, a lot of people struggle with staying in the present moment and therefore with being present for anyone. And so you might find, if you're one of those people who struggles to be in the present moment and be grounded, or if that's your current struggle, you might be finding that your relationships are suffering because of it. Because if you're not able to bring yourself, root yourself, and remain in the present moment, then you're actually at a bunch of different times. You're not actually with whoever you're around. You're not with them. You're somewhere else. And that's sometimes what people say, you'll see on TV, right? Like someone in a relationship will be like, I just feel like you're somewhere else these days. I just feel like you're not really feeling like yourself. And oftentimes a lot of that is true. And work and responsibilities can really shift how you view your time. And everything I was feeling last week at the end of the week was like, people keep saying they don't have time for things, or they wish they had time for something, or something's going to take a long time. I heard that so much last week. Like, I want this amount of money and it's going to take a long time. Like, it doesn't have to take a long time. Nothing has to take a long time. Nothing has to take a short time either. There's no rush and there's no urgency in that sense. We have love and abundance. So I am going to keep reading into the extended energy with a few of these cards that are left. So I'm going to take these with me to the extended read, and then I will do some sort of love reading. I think a love pick a card would be nice. That way you can get your situation rather than just whatever the collective is presenting that day. So what can I tell you for this week? Exhale. Focus on the exhale, focus on breathing out. You're taking in a lot, so just keep focusing on releasing more. Release any built up resentment that just has no place. If you think there's, you're like, what's even going to come of this? Just release those things. It'll help lighten you up and lighten your burden. I would also say this is a really good week to stay clean and or detox, or, drink more lemon water, whatever it is you can do to sort of clean up your system. Because throughout this, I felt like a really weird physical discomfort. And so if that's anxiety, then of course deal with the anxiety. But if it's health, it might have a little something to do with treating yourself well and being nutritiously sound and everything. Please let me know if you resonate with this. I'm feeling the energy a little thick. It is also storming here, and I tend to feel the weather. So let me know how you're feeling today, how your week goes, what's going on for you. I would love any other questions that come up throughout your week as well. And I'm going to switch into the extended energy reading now. So thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you're liking, subscribing, commenting so that it supports the channel and supports your energy being represented here as well. Okay. And Empath Energetics, the last day is tomorrow. So when this is released, it'll be the Monday, August 22nd. Monday, August 22nd is the early bird pricing end. So we've got a few people signed up so far. I would love everyone to just get the early bird pricing. I would love to just fill up the early bird and then no one has to pay the raise. But I do, I'm going with pricing as I'm called to and as I'm guided to. So this Monday is the last day. So if you are thinking of joining Empath Energetics, this is the last session I'm going to run this year, and likely the last one before I end up moving to Scotland. So just to give myself a little bit of space and clarity in the beginning of the year before doing another. And I may not actually have room to do as much one-on-one time with the next Empath Energetics round. So this is round 4. I want to be really invested and really involved the same way I've been in the other sessions. So if you're interested in that and in really working with me and really getting a lasting change for how you manage your energy, how you manage life's turnings and what comes and goes and how you react to that, and also your light and shadow selves, as well as what you're actually here to do and your mission and your purpose. And you want to feel aligned to all of that stuff. And you want real practical tools for getting your energy in check and also reading and understanding more about energy. Empath Energetics is an amazing program for you. It's twice a week with the group and then 1 hour once a month with me. And it's a really packed hour. We get a lot done in that hour. You can ask any of the grads their sort of power hours. And then there's lots of online content, and then you get the extended energy reads. And it's just a beautiful process. It really is. It works well. It's a 4-month process. There's 4 phases in it, and they've been tried and tested, and they continue to work. So I would love to welcome you into Empath Energetics. If this is calling to you in any way, please feel free to book a free 15-minute call with me, or sign up and you're like, hey, I'm sure I'm not going to wait. I'm signing up right now. I would love to see you there, and I'm excited to welcome the next group in. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. Breathe in, exhale fully. Okay, take care.